Hello, this is Regina with the Regina Drury Real Estate Group in Wilmington, North Carolina. And I wanted to talk to you for a moment about, well, how we search for homes, right? So I was thinking, I bought my first house, gosh, seems like forever ago. I think about 20 years ago. Yeah, 20 years ago I bought my first house. And I remember contacting different agents. Back then we would just, call the office and they'd give us somebody from the duty agent, whoever was on duty at that moment, right? So we met up with the duty agent, we went to their office, and they pulled out this great big fat MLS book. It was this thick. I'm not kidding you. This thick. So they pull out this MLS book and we start searching through it. I think it was by area or something. And I don't remember how often that book would come out, but I remember asking my agent, hey, can I take this book home and search through it later on to figure out what kind of house that I want at that time? And of course the agent was like, no, you can't do that. This book costs $50, So, imagine that their MLS book costs $50. And I think that's what, I think they got that every month or something. So again, back then, they had this MLS book that they would search, right? And then, from there, I remember the big news when the MLS book was going away, right? And then, you had to go to the agent and you had to search online, right? And I remember thinking, searching online, oh my gosh, who wants to do that, right? I would rather just contact my agent and have them help me with what I want, right? So now let's fast forward to today. Today, you go on my website or on my Facebook page and you see that I'm at a house, and at the moment that I'm listing the house, I'm showing it to you live. You're the first one to see it. So, when you think about a hot market and houses are selling quickly, right? Well, you're the first one to see it before anyone else sees it. It's wow, how things have changed. You think about back in the old days when they had those MLS books. Well, how long did it take before it got printed, before the house even got into that book? It might be a few weeks or a month before it even reached that book. Now, people are knowing about a house the second you put it on the market. It's just crazy, right? So, I was thinking about, differences in agents and agencies, right? Well, there's still some old school companies, there's still some old school companies that they do an open house. Well, why go in an open house when you can search on the internet and look at all of the different houses that are for sale and do a virtual walkthrough, decide right there whether or not you want to see it or not see it further, right? So, I don't know, open houses, they seem so old school to me, right? Another thing that seems old school is, those flyers, those flyers that you see out in front of the houses? Well, the flyers, they get rained on, and there's only a few pictures. You can't tell, what's the floor plan like? Is 2 bedrooms on one side and 1 bedroom on the other? Or, what's that floor plan like? But, those virtual walkthroughs, they're amazing. Have you seen those virtual walkthroughs? So, I was just talking to another agent, and he was like, yeah, Regina, I don't really like to do the way that you do things. I'm kind of old school. And so, I was thinking maybe I would ask you, how do you search for a home now? Are you searching, on a particular website? Do you like seeing those virtual live videos that we give you, or do you miss the old-fashioned way where you sit down with a real estate agent and you talk about what your wants and needs are and then you go look for it, How do you look for a house? I'd love to know. I'm Regina with the Regina Drury Real Estate Group, and I'm in Wilmington, North Carolina. Talk to you soon.